The ideal school is a tool that we can use with children to understand their unique perspectives on life and their schools.
So we're going to start off by drawing the non-ideal school. So you would explain to the child or young person that this is not a real school, but you want them to try and think of a school that they would not like to go to, and that would have all of the bad parts about school in it. You'd start off by asking them to draw the whole overall school, and then you would ask them to explain 3 things about what they've drawn, and you as the scribe would fill that in. So if I were to ask Rachel now, what are 3 things that you've drawn in your non-ideal school?
So I put down that there's lots of cars on the road, there's lots of pollution, it's really busy, really noisy, and there's lots of planes in the sky, so it's really loud.
Fantastic. And so next we'd move on to drawing the classroom in your non-ideal school. Could you tell me 3 elements about this classroom that meant you drew it for your non-ideal school?
So the classroom is overcrowded, there's no break times, and there's no pictures or drawings on the wall. It looks really dull.
So that already is telling me what's important to Rachel is that break time's very important and that she's really enjoying visuals and some colour on the walls. Next we would move on to draw the children, what the other students would be like in this non-ideal school.
So I put down that the children aren't really nice, they're not really friendly, they don't share or want to play, and there's lots of bullying going on.
Great. Next we move on to the adults in the non-ideal school. So can you describe the kind of adults you've drawn here for me?
So I put down that some of the teachers shout when children are late. I've also put down that the teachers give out like lots of detentions, and some of the teachers are really boring. They don't know how to explain things properly.
Okay, fantastic. And finally, we move on to you, the young person. How do you feel in this school that you've drawn?
So I've put down the non-ideal school would make me feel anxious, I'd feel really sad, feel really stressed.
Fantastic. So anything that you wanted to explore with the child further in any of these drawings, you could then ask any further questions about. Once you feel you've got the information you want from the non-ideal school, you would move on to drawing the ideal school with the child. And it works in the same way. It's just you would then explain to the child that, again, this is not a real school, but this is the perfect school that you would love to go to, all of your favourite bits about school. We'd start again with drawing the whole overall school and again asking the child to explain 3 elements of the school that make it their perfect school.
Okay, so with the main school, there's lots of trees, there's lots of nature, there's lots of flowers, and the school building is pink.
Fantastic. Do you like pink then, Rachel?
I do like pink. Such a happy colour.
Fantastic. So next we would move on to drawing the classroom. What would your classroom look like in your ideal school?
So the classroom is really big, so it's really spacious. So like the children are kind of spread out on like big tables. We have like a couple of pet goldfish, and we would also have movie time and like popcorn like once a week.
Fantastic. What about the other children in your ideal school? What do the other children?
So the other children are really happy. They ask people to join in their games, and they also want to kind of get to know you. They're a lot more friendlier in this school.
Fantastic. What about the adults in your ideal school? What are they like?
So the adults are really welcoming. Some of them tell jokes, and they give lots of praise and encouragement when you do really good work.
Fantastic. So is that very important to you then when your adults tell you how well you've done?
That is, yeah.
Fantastic. And then finally, Rachel, what about you? How do you feel in this ideal school?
So I would feel excited to learn, happy, and looking forward to going into school.
Fantastic.